Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new Let's Play series in Hearts of Iron 4. Today we are going to be playing in the Cold War mod. At least the one that came out sometime in December, I think. It's recent, it's probably one of the more recent Cold War mods that I have seen on the workshop. So, we're going to be playing as United States. At this point, I think it's like basically like pre-alpha. There's only two focus trees, one for the United States, one for the USSR, and I decided just to play as United States just because we played as the Union of Britain in Kaiserreich, and that's the reason I chose to play as the United States this time around. So, first things first, the Truman Doctrine is going to take 70 days, but it will unlock a bunch of other things. I have not necessarily played much of the mod, but I have kind of experimented a little bit. So how many men do we start off with? Well, 41 divisions is pretty good. 1 second, let me just fix my mouse here. So, we are right now the beacon of liberty. Neutrality and communism is going to go down. Red Scare, political power gain goes down a little bit. Stability is a little bit bad. And we are a major participant in World War II. Automatically removed when world tension rises above 25%. Organization's pretty bad. War support is basically hot garbage. Unsurprisingly, nobody wants to go to war after the greatest war of all of human history. Not a huge surprise. So we're just going to get some troops together here. Just as many as we can gather. Probably like 2 stacks. Not of 24 necessarily, because we don't have that many men. So you guys are basically going to be, I think that's everybody in America itself. We'll sign you under a, you have no commanders. Okay, well, let's hire a handful then. We cannot promote anybody though, so that's fine. Put you in charge here. You are basically just going to garrison the ports. The ports in Texas? That's actually kind of impressive. But we'll just kind of garrison the entirety of the coastline here. We're going to need 12 divisions, but that's fine. We have 10. Close enough. Should be good there. Again, we do not actually have Guantanamo Bay. We have the Panama Canal. Of course, we have Alaska. Why are you in transit? What are you doing? You can be here and also garrison Alaska. I think it's going to be probably everybody within the United States proper. Everybody else, unsurprisingly, is in Europe. We'll sign up another commander here. Draw up a front line, of course, against the Soviets. And you guys in Berlin as well. I mean, you might as well just be under this commander. Front line here. Non-aggression pact with China. Sure, why not? I'm going to assign you also to go up to the north. Like, we should have military access to everybody. The answer is no. We're actually not, like, in a faction or anything together. And, of course, we have Japan as well. We're going to have a front line in Korea. And is that everybody? Still not quite. Also, this is not the border in 1946, so please fix that. There we go. So we got everything. Get our Army Navy experience. Make that go away. This eventually, when this unlocks, it'll give us a lot more options. Of course, we have so many building factories that I think I'm just going to basically pump out military factories, just kind of wherever. Just slowly build them up, just around the country. We have 3 military factories, so what do we want? Probably all of our basics. Infantry equipment, put 10 factories into you. Support equipment, let's put 5. Motorized, we'll put 5. Put 2 in the mechanized. Again, I don't know actually what I have. Advanced artillery. 5 into you as well. Let's also produce some modern tanks. And that should mostly be good, I think. We also probably want some aircraft, huh? So let's go for Jet Fighters Mark II. Seems pretty good. So we'll do something like this. Do I have jet fighters, rocket interceptors, suicidal strike craft, naval bombers? Let's just go for some naval bombers too. Put like 3 in there for now. Of course, we're going to get a handful of convoys. We are going to want to get some carriers. We are going to want some super heavy battleships. Maybe like 2 of those. And then probably some cheaper stuff as well. Battle cruisers. Cruiser hulls sounds good. And then we'll probably get some sort of submarines going as well. That is good. Do I have any subjects? No. We'll import as much as we can from Turkey. We will import as much rubber as we can from the Dutch. We have 152 political power. There's a lot of things we can modify, which I will look at in a moment. You'll be resolved in a second. We're not using modern tanks at all. Our tank divisions, what do you use? Medium tanks, and artillery. Okay, well then I'll just replace the modern tanks with medium tanks. That's fine. So what do we want to modify? We can add a defense minister. Apparently, I'm not allowed to get any of those guys quite yet. Civilian factories. You're gonna have military focus. We're only building military factories right now, so you know what? Let's get a military-focused economy going. And that seems like everything is pretty much good to go. Oh, we're actually importing too much chromium now. And not enough rubber, so we'll trade with the Brazilians. But apparently you don't want to trade with us. Distance, relations, the Malayan Union. I mean, you're a British colony, so maybe that's why you don't want to trade with us. I'm not too sure how much content there actually is in this mod. We're not allowed to send in volunteers, so we have 50% war support. So I don't know if there's anything I can do to really support China at this moment. You're not recognized. Of course, I don't want to recognize any of these regimes for the time being. Improve relations. Military access. And I think you're mostly fine as is. You might as well just hang out in Trieste itself. And apparently nobody actually likes us. Use 64 opinion. Major World War II ally. That's a decreasing penalty. So I don't know when NATO gets started up. Like 1947, 1948? Somewhere around there, I believe. I might be completely wrong. And in this current mod, you're actually not allowed to view other focus trees. So I don't know what the Russians are doing. Well, we can see they're being in Chinese Civil War, but I don't know what they're going to do beyond that point. I doubt they're going to get involved directly. They'll probably give Manchuria to the communists, because that's what they did historically. Capital education, medium unions. What if we go to like an 8-hour workday? Ability goes up. Distant growth goes up by 10%. Factory output goes down. Okay, what are the other things we can do? Blue water naval focuses. I have no idea what the hell this does. This might not do anything right now. Oh, no, you do stuff. Mechanized attack plus 10%. 50% on the artillery, I think, might be, like, really good, depending on how many artillery we actually have. And right now we have a high military budget, but that's not surprising. We are the United States. It kind of just comes with the job. Limited integration, basic women's rights. Like, what else can we do here? Ideological drift defense. I mean, what's our stability? It's at 81%. That's pretty good. Of course, we would like to get to 100 if we can. Stability is -1. Stability plus 10%. Yeah, we're at 92 now. And what are you? You are the free press. You're basically just pure negative modifiers, but a 50% research speed bonus, I said would be nice, but apparently we're not allowed to research anything. So the free press right now is just actual garbage. We want to censor the... No, we want the state press. So that's just positives. I mean, research speed is bad, but who cares? There's nothing to research right now in the mod as it currently is. So I don't know how long this series is going to go on for. Again, it kind of depends on how extensive this actually is. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do in here. Nation building. Officials are delivering the Iron Curtain speech. We also do the National Security Act. The Un-American activities. Well, we'll see. We'll get through this entire tree. Maybe we'll also start a major war with the Russians. As I can tell, there's no actual nukes in here. And now we can do a bunch of stuff. I can't do the Marshall Plan quite yet, but that's fine. Settle the Treaty dispute, secure Czechoslovakia. You might want to support the Czechoslovakians. Have they gone to... No, they're still democratic at the moment. So you might want to secure them for our side. Intervene in the French elections. I don't care about that too much. We could get Greenland. That's not really topical anymore, is it? Actually only done 35 days too, which is quite nice. You're going to support the Chinese Communist. Not a huge surprise there. Iran is basically occupied right now a lot by the United Kingdom. And yeah, as far as I know, nobody other than, you know, the United States and Soviets actually have a focus tree. So everything else that happens is purely just by event. What about unions? What can we do with them? Political power gain, stability goes down. Stability goes up, like a ton. Do I need political power gain? Political power only affects this stuff. So, you know, let's see if we can get our way to 100% stability. We did not. But that might change soon. Yeah, there we go. 100% stability. The most stable nation on Earth. Soviets are only at 44%. France is only at 46, 67. Like, we are very stable. Not a huge surprise, given that this entire region that we're currently looking at was bombed to hell only a few years prior. Also, we're at 40% world tension already. Who's generating all that? Britain generated 10%. Due to their Iron Curtain speech. Greece might actually lose to the communists. You have 3 divisions against 2. I cannot intervene, I believe. I mean, technically, I think the Soviets can, because I think that they're slightly different. I'm going to hand Manchuria over to the communist. Not a huge surprise. That's probably going to give them a lot of territory, I imagine, some resources. So I would like to support Chiang Kai-shek, if I can. Support the Czechoslovak government. Arm the Czechoslovak Democratic Forces. I don't want to split it up. Czechoslovakia must not be communist. Yeah, nothing's unlocked here quite yet. 35 days, 35 days. Claim Bermuda. I don't know if we want to fight the British for that quite yet. We probably will at some point. Fate of Japan, fate of Korea. You can support Iran. We could also intervene in the Civil War. Partition of China. Support the Greek royalist. I mean, I do want to support the Greeks. Because I don't want them to lose. Giving the Soviets even more control over this region. Probably is not going to be good for us. So can't get any of you. What's missing? Just world tension, huh? And we haven't completed the NSA. Understandable. Dynamic tariffs, acceptable education budget. Manpower goes down. If we have like no, we can just get like a shit ton of people. Research speed, again, research speed doesn't actually matter. We kind of want like a dumb population that'll probably be more willing to support me in this. Already military focused economy. 10-hour workday. What about no work regulations? Growth is pretty bad, but output, I mean, it's not that much better than what we have now. And we have volunteers only. We could install medium training. Mobilization speed is bad. But you don't gain anything out of this either. All you get is command power. And honestly, that's not actually very good, I don't think. Yeah, so you actually don't do anything. I think we're going to go for maybe the artillery focus if we can. But you know what, let's go straight to limited conscription because we can't trust those dastardly Soviets. Who knows what they're going to do? They're not doing anything right now. Look, they're trying to give weapons to Japanese communists. They're under my jurisdiction. Absolutely not. I refuse to allow this to continue on. Is there anything we actually need? No, there is not. So let's produce some more artillery. Seems fine. Military police are bad. Infantry brigades are pretty okay. You're pretty large. 27 combat width, 27 on you as well. Let's go to you. To you. We go for 4 onto you. Get some mechanized, an anti-tank division, and then some regular tank divisions. We're not producing anti-tanks. We're not producing MSPG. I don't know what those actually are, but we probably should get them going. We want the anti-tank. You're bad, right? You're actually not the newest one. Anti-air. You want the level 3 anti-tank. What the hell's the SMMG? MSPG. I legitimately do not know, actually. Anti-tank. Is it from the mechanized? But no, I think I'm making mechanized units. Medium SP artillery. Okay. Yeah, you there. There we go. I figured it out. Let's build a handful of them. Probably cut down infantry equipment by, like, that. And that should be good. We should be getting all the equipment that we possibly need. So Soviets right now have a ton of units. They have about the same amount of military factories. We have more civilians, so we could start outproducing them. We have the French Provisional Government. And it's still only June. You guys, let's deploy. Doesn't really matter where. Just in the... This is not the Midwest. But just in Ohio, Kentucky. It's all the same place anyways. It's fine. Manpower is quite low. We're at 262,000 now. Once we're no longer a major participant in World War II, which was said it goes away at 25% world tension. Which is already actually pretty soon. So we're going to support the Greek Royalist. I am now going to do some nation building because we cannot allow Japan to fall in the hands of the communist. And now we can send some military aid. So actually now I understand why we might want a lot of political power. Let's send some American advisors. Weekly support. Defense of core territory. Production speed. Okay, what does sending advisors do? I don't actually know. You're not a recognized government. Suspend military aid. I'm definitely not going to do that. Can I? No, we can't do that again until 20%. But we're close. We are definitely close. Being able to send some volunteers around. West Berlin is a protectorate of us. That is completely a-okay. Please do not attack Berlin, though. I know you can do it, but I would recommend not doing it. If you can help it. So we got 4 more days. Communist Philippines has declared war on the regular Philippines. So that gets up to North-South 14%. Is there anything I can do to help out? Recognize Philippine independence. Are you a puppet of ours? No, you're guaranteed. What does this do? They like us more. Establish the Republic of Korea. If we disarm Japan, that keeps us as a puppet state. If you rearm them, that does make them kind of independent, which is not what we're looking for right now. Support Franco, 10 million letters, Bermuda. We can just buy Greenland. Well, let's go for Japan first. How many men do you guys have? You have 2 divisions against 3, so I'm hoping the regular Philippines do win. And the Soviets are trying to do the Eastern Bloc. Again, I can't see what it actually does, so there's a little bit of mystery as to what the AI is actually able to do. Joint army training. That's just army experience, which I don't think is really that important. If anything, we want to wait until we can get a defense specialist. 10% defense on core territory is definitely probably going to help them out. War support, I don't think matters. Like, they're already at 100%, so we don't have to worry about that whatsoever. Greece, do you like me? Anti-communist ally, military aid. Okay, I'm glad that we are friends in this. There's also the United Nations. Nothing's popped up quite yet, but things will eventually, through our focuses. Has to be resolved through the United Nations. And I can't really see what you're doing, but you're looking like you're doing pretty okay. Decisions available. Or do I want to make my military just better now? I could get the artillery focus. 15% attack on all the artillery is like really nice. Research speed, of course, absolutely meaningless. 5% for the infantry, I don't think that's good. And I don't know when France stops becoming a provisional government. I mean, at some point they will. I just don't know what that point is going to be. I mean, this is my own country. Can I not... Do I have to click on here to view it? Yes. In 26 days, Japan becomes a protectorate. Guarantee Japan. They will not be allowed to join factions or start wars. Not that I don't know how to actually start a faction myself, so they're probably fine for now. Okay, 15 days on this. Maybe I want to even establish the Republic of Korea afterwards. Definitely don't want to unify Korea through the Soviets. All German occupied zones will be handed to the United States. The Paris Peace Accords have not been voted on quite yet, so we can't do the future of Germany. And soon, there will be a new Japan. Which actually will probably take a lot of factories away from us, but that's okay. We're going to do the German occupation zones, and I think that with an independent Japan, actually they start with 0 of everything, so they're kind of just complete trash. I think it's going to be a good time to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Anthem. If you've enjoyed, run a thumbs up. Not enjoyed, please thumb down. If you want to subscribe, and goodbye.